husband and I have really been dreaming up a studio for him for many years. We had a vision, a dream, that we could have a large property and we could have an outbuilding for him to have a professional studio. And in the end, we gained this building that was 2,000 square feet, and it was more really than what he needed for a studio. So we began to imagine what else could we do with the space. We wanted kind of this industrial, modern vibe, but that also reflected farm and country life. So we married those two with exterior cladding of sheet metal and these large, beautiful barn doors that reflect the property, which is country life. And as you walk up to the building, you come through the side entrance. There you're entering into the studio lounge. It's just really a place to unwind. For Kevin and I, it was important to design a studio that leads you through the building. The ease of transitioning from room to room gives a soothing connection to the spaces. We have doors that open on either end of the space and windows on the opposite end, kind of like a virtual cross. So again, bringing in the intentionality of who we are, and we wanted to have that cross reference, that kind of underlying statement of our faith. So there are several studio recording spaces in the building, but the studio writing room is the most important space. It's where Kevin creates and composes. This is where my background in architecture really came into play. And that's kind of where I began, finding out how it was constructed. And I'm thinking about what's behind the walls. It's actually an isolated room. It stands alone. It's just a slab with a box. But between that is the air gap, which is so important for sound, the fabric walls, beautiful fabric that would last the test of time. So we chose something darker that would feel calming. We also decided to add an exterior window, which is very atypical for a studio. There's a cloud on the ceiling to absorb sound. There's special insulation in the walls. All the windows are angled a specific way. And when you walk in the space, you just feel every ounce of noise go away. It's actually a beautiful thing. His edit room and the Studio B also look into a drum room, which is a room where you can record individual musicians. You might think, oh, nothing should be in there. It's going to have some sound walls and that's it. But we took the opportunity to display his old musical instruments in that space, kind of that wow factor. So the theater room doubles as a recording space for my husband to have up to 16 musicians, so he can have a small ensemble in there and record. It also opens up to the outside, flush to the ground, just where you walked right in and you didn't have to take a step, an indoor-outdoor space. The theater room, it's a dual-purpose room for our family to watch movies at night, and if you walk straight across, you'll open the double doors that walk into the guest house. So we have the dual living room, dining room, and it's got a full kitchen, very practical and functional, but modern and beautiful. We used pieces of wood from the cabinets, and we used plumbing pipes to create the open shelf concept, creating the same kitchen in both the guest house side and the studio. As you're walking through the living room, you're going to enter into the bedroom. That has a queen-size bed for 2 guests, and there's a full bathroom. We had a lot of fun detailing and designing that bathroom. Very industrial, modern, a little bit edgy. We custom made the vanities in both of the bathrooms to have metal and wood and beautiful raised porcelain sink. And the shower, it was fun to put in the tile that we used with pebbles on the floor that feels so good on your feet, and a bench with beautiful shelves, also made of reclaimed teak wood. And one thing that we wanted to put in the building to coordinate and unify the rooms was this concept of reclaimed wood, just kind of that casual flair. And so we have custom wood barn doors that we built and also layered reclaimed wood onto the sound panels in the theater room to create this beautiful design, but it also functioned as a sound panel. So that really brought in the family element, the property, the house, who we are. Designing our own studio and guest house was so exciting, such a blessing, intentionally thinking about every aspect from the design phase to the construction to the completion and implementing all the elements. I love designing and thinking. That's how I dream. I wake up every morning with ideas, especially in my own home. There's so much more you can do. I'm really passionate about helping people create a space that's reflective of them. It's not about me or my philosophy. It's really about who they are, who they aspire to be, and that should be reflective in their home. I'm Manthei, and I'd like to help you make your house a home.